Hi, I'm Angel. I currently study law and I'm in my final year.
I am Vanessa and I'm studying the Masters in Food Systems.
Hello, I'm Murtazeva Farengiz and I'm studying MAT Seoul.
Hi, I'm Hiva and I'm studying pharmacy and I just finished my first year. Well, it depends on the country you're coming from and what are the policies in there. So you have to check it with your government and some websites like bank to see how much they can give you in cash. If you're from Iran like me, probably you cannot transfer money through international banking accounts because you're not in their list. So you have to have cash with yourself.
And you can check if your cards are valid here in the UK. With that, most of the places you can pay just with a card.
Yes, you should be able to, coming, I've been able to find some stalls at Heathrow Airport that sell SIM cards. You can actually get free SIM cards from the Carrington building from the International Student Support Team.
It depends. If you want private, usually people still pay their an international insurance to get access to maybe private insurance. But usually when you apply for the visa, you pay an immigration health surcharge, which means that you are covered by the NHS, like the National Health Services of the UK. And if anything happens to you, you're protected with that.
You need to be mindful of the plugs in here because they have 3 pins and in Iran we have only 2. So if you want to charge your phone, you might struggle in the beginning. So I highly recommend you to get one of those 3 pins sockets to just be able to charge your phone.
Coming from a hot country, weather was one of the things that really worried me because I don't really know how much winter stuff. But yeah, it's cold, it's rainy. So for me, it helped a lot researching in websites about the weather in the UK. Don't forget a big jacket, a big coat, and something to protect from the rain, that it's really waterproof.
I think it depends on your course exactly and the type of activities you like to engage in. Personally, as a law student, you need to get formal clothes, but I wouldn't say you have to go all the way out because we have competitions that we do, for example, mooting, and it's the way you appear is very important.
You should also bring traditional clothes as well because from Students' Union there are different kinds of events carrying by different traditions. So in your national days, for example, you can wear your national clothes to show up.
Typically, when you arrive on campus and it's out of hours, there's usually a poster they can find at your accommodation, and that has a lot of information that you can use. It has a lot of numbers, a lot of websites that you can, use to find and source information that you need. And there's usually keys posted, and then from there, when you have your room number, which is usually sent to you via email before you arrive, you can then find your keys. So that way you aren't stranded if you arrive out of hours. And the same thing also applies to checking out as well. I've experienced checking out of hours, and all I had to do was basically call and have the team guide me on how to deposit my keys back to the team, basically.
It's better to ask your doctor to just write down everything and sign it and stamp it with a proper stamp and give you the prescription. And they might check it in the airport or not, but just in the safe side.
Especially if you're taking medicines like continuously, that's particularly important to have it well. Your doctor note in case you need more medicines here and you run out of them. So it's important to have that doctor's note to then, when you have your general practitioner, your GP, your local doctor, let's say, with that you can get that medicine easily and continue with your treatment if that's your case. The best way is the rail air.
I got there.
That's the best. So from Heathrow Airport, there's a bus that there's 1 or 2 every hour, even really early morning or really late at night, and it will get you straight from Heathrow terminals. I think it's 2, 3, and 5. And there in 45 minutes you'll reach Reading Station. It's quite affordable and it's a very smooth ride, and yeah, I think I will recommend that to get from the airport, especially London Heathrow, because there's a lot of airports in London. Be careful with that. Straight to Reading.
The rail buses help you to put your suitcases inside, so you just have to show them your ticket, and they are so kind to you. They help you out. They put your suitcases into the bus and they take it out for you, and they're just trying to help you out in there.
So when you arrive in the Heathrow Airport, there will be not people from the university specifically there to help you, but don't be afraid. Anyone working in the airport can help you to get to the rail air or to the taxi ranks if you need them. But once you arrive to the Reading Station, there will be someone there from the university, especially during Welcome Week, that can help you to either tell you what bus you need to take, to carry your bags to your taxi, which that was my case because I was going to private accommodation. So during Welcome Week, there will be someone there to welcome you.
I'd say you can begin by researching the different banks available and their websites, because I found that when I came, I didn't realize that because of my age at the time, I was a bit young. So some of the banks didn't have like favorable accounts for me. So it took a while for me to find a bank that actually was tailored to my needs. So it might be better if before you come, you're able to carry out that research at home, so that when you come here, all you have to do is look for the bank, and then you walk in with the expectation that they will help you and you will have a bank account at the end of the day.
Before you come to the UK, you cannot open your bank account, and but as you said, you can research several secure bank accounts like Lloyd's or Barclays or like Revolut maybe.
You usually need to show your student status, your visa, your residence permit, and also a proof of address. And you can also find a bank letter from the university directly in Rises, which is our student platform. Yes, you will need to register to what they call it here, your local GP, which is general practitioner, which is basically signing up for a doctor. But for me, it was really easy because during Welcoming Week, there's one GP part of a university medical group, and it's just beside the White Knight campus. And they were already there in Welcoming Week, so I registered just there, and it was it. And it was very easy, and they just sent me by email more details they needed for me. And yeah, it's pretty easy, but you need to register. It's very important.
For the enrollment, you have to pay 50%, and after, I think It's after Christmas holiday that you pay the last installment, which is the other 50% of the whole tuition fee. But for accommodation, you have to pay a deposit to be able to collect your keys and everything. And after that, you can pay the accommodation fee in 3 installments. And they will mention it in the timetable for you that you know when to pay your installments.
In my case, I had a full tuition scholarship, but I needed to make sure that my status was already clear there. So when I got to get my student card and all that, the process was ready for me, but I still needed to check that. I want you. I only want to say to be mindful that you'll be traveling with all your clothes and all your belongings in just 1 or 2 suitcases, depending on how are your traveling needs, etc. But like carrying duvet, blankets, towels, that takes too much space and too much weight. And remember, you have a weight limit when you're traveling via airplane. So be mindful on that. And on that side, for example, there are some really microfiber towels that are really small and could be helpful for the day that you arrive, or if you have some personal belonging related to those items that you want to come and bring. Be sure that it's small, that it's lightweight, and it will not take too much space because you're still carrying a lot of things. Your favorite sweets and foods from back home.
Exactly.
Like for me,
exactly.
it was like I only need this small bag. But no. When I got here, I was like, I miss everything. And for example, there were some Mexican grocery shops online, but they're so expensive. Like literally 4 times, 5 times the cost. And it's something that it's not that expensive. So if you really are someone that has a lot of cravings from your food back home, sweets, spices, especially when you're cooking and all that, be
Just bring
mindful
it.
on that. I think I will sacrifice some of my clothes for more food, but that's just a personal preference. That's one thing that I would say, like, bring some of those things. You'll miss them. Just be mindful about food restrictions.
Definitely bring your gadgets to study. I just forgot to bring my laptop, which is really essential thing here in university. The reason why at my university in my country, we just did paperwork. We didn't submit online or something. We just did paperwork, and then I saw I don't need my laptop at the time, and after coming here, everything is online, everything.